Hi guys, how's everyone doing today? Welcome to my channel. Thanks for hanging out with me today. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button in the corner. And I will be doing a giveaway once I reach 1,000 subscribers. In order to qualify, you'll need to subscribe to my channel, share my videos, like and comment on my videos, and head on over to Facebook and Instagram and follow me there. And the giveaway that I'll be doing is either a Cricut Joy or an Amazon gift card, whichever the winner prefers. So on my channel, I share with you the DIYs I'm doing around my home, the DIYs I create for my own home decor, or to give as a gift, or for resale. And I show you the process that I go through to make these items into beautiful treasures again. So let's get started and see what I worked on in today's video. For my first DIY, guys, I'll be making over these 2 metal tins that I thrifted at the thrift store. I've also seen these at one of the dollar stores as well. And they have wooden lids on the top. So I'm going to make these over into something more of my style. So as you can see here, guys, they're already painted black. I either forgot to record this footage or deleted it by accident. So I did spray them with a Rust-Oleum black spray paint in matte black first, and I just put 1 coat of spray paint of the black, and now I'm painting it in the Rust-Oleum white linen chalk paint, and I gave them 2 coats of the chalk paint, and I also painted the lids as well. And I did put the black underneath because I wanted to distress it back a little bit at the end of the project. So right here, guys, I'm just distressing the high points on the piece to bring out the black underneath. And just to let you know, I did seal in that black with a Rust-Oleum sealant, clear sealant as well, just so when I distressed it, it wouldn't distress it back to the metal. So as you can see, all the black is coming through nicely here with the wet distressing. And right here now I have these 2 knobs that I had laying around that used to be on some old cupboard doors, and I'm going to decoupage some Tim Holtz decoupage paper on here. Has some letters and numbers on there, so I just use this little knob that I had on hand to measure out the size I needed to put on top of the knobs. Then I'm going to place that on there with some Mod Podge. I'm just cutting out the correct size. I've already placed my Mod Podge on the knob, and now I'm going to go over the top of that with some Mod Podge. So this black on the top of the knobs is going to tie in nicely where I distressed it on the metal cans. Don't they look nice? So guys, if you want to change up some plain knobs, this is something that you can very easily do. So right here I'm just measuring out the top of the wooden lid where I want to place those knobs that I just did. So they still look a little unfinished, guys. So now I'm going to use some IOD stamps and I'm going to put a couple of numbers on these just to make them look more finished. And guys, if you're using new IOD stamps for the first time, make sure you give them a light sanding before you apply your ink. So right here you'll see I'm putting over some masking tape over the upper part of the eye. I had to use the bottom part for the period for the number. So here I'm just applying my ink to my number 2, and as you can see to the side there, I already did my number 1. So apply your ink liberally but not overly. As you can see, I kind of went outside there a little bit, which I did with the number 1. So here I'm just wiping away some of the ink, and I had some ink on that masking tape the last time when I did the number 1, so I just put another piece of masking tape on the top so none of that ink came off onto the container. But as you'll see, like I said, in the with the first container I did apply a little bit too much ink, and it got on the masking tape and went outside the number 1. So I do touch it up with some chalk paint afterwards, and it looks fine. So you're going to want to hold it with one hand and then press with the other hand. Don't press it too hard, like don't squish it, because that's when your ink kind of goes outside, gets a little messy. So apply some pressure, but don't press too hard. And right here I'm just touching up where I went outside on the first one. So here I'm just applying some clear finishing wax just to make them more durable. And here they are all finished, guys. Don't they look awesome? They look so much better than what they originally looked like. So guys, if you find something like this at the dollar store, the thrift store, you can very easily make it over into something more beautiful that suits your taste. So for this next DIY, guys, I am going to be painting the back of this Canada flag that I did for Canada Day, and if you want to know how to make that, I'll put it in the description box. So I'm applying 2 coats of Fusion Coal Black mineral paint to the back of the sign, and then I'll be using my cutting machine to apply some vinyl that says "Be Thankful." So this is a very simple DIY that any of you guys can do. If you have a picture or a frame that can be painted on the back, then you're halfway done. So here, guys, I've cut out my vinyl that says "Be Thankful." So I'm just peeling back the excess vinyl and just weeding out the letters. And once I have the weeding done, I just apply my transfer tape and just measure out where I want it on the sign and just apply my vinyl. So just make sure you burnish your vinyl on your piece good. And I'm just pulling back my vinyl on a slant. As you can see, like it sort of comes up. So the best way I find is to pull up your transfer tape on a slant and just kind of keep burnishing as you go if it's not completely sticking. So I'm just pulling up the end piece of the swoosh there just to get it straightened out. Went a little crooked as I was applying it. And I'm just burnishing down the vinyl again once I have it applied. So there it is, guys. The back of a sign is used, and it was really quick, simple, and easy to do. And here I have it displayed with some of my fall decor. And if you want to see how I made these pumpkins, I'll put the video in the description box. For the final DIY of today, I'm just spray painting some mason jars here with a Rust-Oleum flat white paint, and I give them 2 coats, and then I'll be displaying these mason jars in a thrifted box that I picked up at the thrift store. And after I finish giving these mason jars 2 coats of paint, I do spray it with a varathane sealant just to seal in that white paint. So here's the box that I picked up at the thrift store. I absolutely love the color the way it was. I like that it was rustic already. So what I did was I applied some black finishing wax just to make it a little more rustic. But once I had the black wax applied, I felt that it needed something else. So I did let the wax dry for a couple of days, because really if you're going to apply like a stencil or vinyl on top of that, you would usually do the wax afterwards. So here I've applied the black wax, and I'm just wiping back some of the excess, and I did that all over the box. So here I cut out a stencil with some contact paper that I had on hand that I picked up at the dollar store. So if you don't have any vinyl on hand, or if you don't want to use your expensive vinyl for a stencil, you can do this. So as I said before, you would usually apply your wax after you have your stencil finish. Because as you can see here, I had a little trouble getting that contact paper to stick to the box, and that's probably because of the wax that I applied to the box. So if you're having trouble like this, just keep burnishing it down and peel it back on a slant slowly. So once I have the contact paper burnished down some more, I'm applying some Rust-Oleum white linen chalk paint to the stencil. and the stencil says Fresh Flower Market. So right here I'm just peeling back my stencil to reveal the paint underneath. And then I'm going to give this a light sanding just to kind of distress it and tie it in with the rest of the box rustic look. Doesn't that look awesome, guys? So as you can see with the light sanding, it looks a little more rustic. And now I'm just going to finish it up with some finishing wax. So here I'm putting my mason jars in, and I'm just gonna add my florals. So right here I'm just adding some lavender and some fern leaves. But I'm also going to show you how I use some florals for my fall decor. So this is the floral I use for late summer, guys. And for fall, what I did with the lids, I painted them a copper color, as you'll see in these pictures, and I added some fall floral. And the copper lids look awesome for the fall season. So guys, this is the end of the DIYs for today. So enjoy the reveal for all the items we worked on today. Well, guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this video and that it gave you guys some inspiration. Don't forget to like and comment on the video. This helps YouTube's algorithm share my video with more viewers, which will help my channel grow. Again, thanks so much for hanging out with me today. Until the next time, I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day, guys. Bye.